Hey everybody, Crazy Grandma here. Let's do another layout using Miss Janet Madison's 4x4 series that she put out. Now this is something I printed out a while back when I did her fancy 4x4, and I will link that below if you've not ever watched her videos. Absolutely go check her videos out. She's amazing. But this is a paper she made out for us, and so what I've done, I didn't give this one out yesterday, but I did want to give the measurements out from a previous video I did. I did this one yesterday, and the measurements on that is this 1 by 5, 5 by 12, 5 by 12, 2 by 12, and 1 by 12. So where she had 4 papers, I just used the 3. So these are my the 5 by 12s here, and then this is my 1 by 12. And then I use some different strips here. And then I have this one that I'm using these cuts down here. So I have a 1 by 12, which I did in scraps. These are all scraps, which is why I like doing these. And this is another 1 by 12 here. This is a 2 by 12. This is a 2 by 8. And then she has listed here a 2 by 8. I'm doing a 2 by 5.5 because I'm using this part for my journaling, and I'm going to be using an L design for this. So the first thing I'm going to do is to put my paper down, and let me get my glue over here. I'm going to use my liquid glue for this first. I always try to use scraps up. I don't like keeping too many scraps around, so I like using them. And by using this type of cuts that she gave us, it makes it so much easier to do. So I watch her on Patreon, and that's the link I'm going to be leaving down. But you can also find her on the YouTube as well. I'm just not sure if it's sorted by collection or not. That I don't know for sure. So that's going to be the side part. And then I'm going to put this part here, over here. I'm going to put the orange part of this that I have cut off on the bottom. I'm going to put it about there. And this is my 2 by 5.5. And again, the only reason why I'm using this instead of, because this is the size of scrap I had, and it works for my journaling. So I'm going to put my journaling on here. And this is when I'm going to actually have my daughter do the journaling on here, because this is a page for her. Oh, read May. This is a piece I'm doing for her. So I like it when she does some of the journaling on there, because one of these days the book that I'm giving her will belong to her boys. So I want to make sure that, there's some things from her point of view on there. So then I'm going to put my picture here. This is a picture of her twin boys when they play football. This child is such an amazing mother. So that's my basic layout, just the L design. And the way Janet teaches it too is like you have the L design. You can easily switch this around and put the L design any direction that you want. But today I'm going to use it this direction. And then I have a lot of these little tag things here that has different things about football on it: tackle, quarterback, guard, block, that kind of thing. I am going to put these along the edge up here. I'm going to turn my paper this way, and I'm just going to start gluing these down. And I'm going to put it going across the little bit of the orange and mostly the yellow. And I'm going to alternate. They come in different colors, so I am going to alternate the colors in these. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it as far as, I think I'm going to use this tape here instead of that. I'm just kind of eyeballing it when it comes to the difference. Some people want to measure all of these, and it's certainly, I encourage you, if that's something you need to do, definitely. But I am one that I'm more of a person that just kind of eyeballs the way it looks on most things. There are a few things. So just so while I'm gluing these things down here, I want you guys to understand that when you watch somebody's videos, they are strictly for, hey, this is something you can do kind of a thing. It is not by any means for you to judge yourself on. It's not by any means you know, to say my job is not as good as somebody else's job. The whole point of scrapbooking, and that I'd like for everybody to keep in mind if possible, and yeah, I am that kind of grandma. I just want to help everybody out that I can. Don't judge yourself against anybody's work. The whole point of scrapbooking is to take this picture, put a date and name to it, and put it in an album that people are interested in looking at, so that when these babies have grandbabies, they can look back at it and see what their grandfathers looked like when they were 10, when they were 9, when they were babies. Because that's what we all want. We want to know who's in that picture. What was it all about? So that's what all of this is about, not about comparing yourself. Okay, so there's that side. And then I have this football that's got a lot of the football saying type things on there. So I'm going to glue this down over here. And I thought about putting this one up at the top. The reason I don't is because when you're doing your scrapbook page, you don't want things to look off of the page, because what happens then, it takes your eye away from the page. You want it to come toward and talk about what the picture is. So then I have this football thing here, football field that I'm going to put down. And I'm going to use just a little bit of foam tape for this one. Absolutely no particular reason, except it just feels like right. And when I do scrapbooking, one of the things I try to do is, when I'm doing my layouts, is I make a decision quickly and trust my gut. The other thing I do too is I take pictures of my stuff when I'm getting ready to do them. I take pictures and then I look through. I'm like, okay, I like this layout better, and that's the one I end up using. So then I have a football that I'm going to put right across there. I have a Go Fight Win that I'm trying to decide if I like it up here better. I glue on myself. Or if I like it better down here. I think I like it better up here, only because it brings your eye around the picture to the picture and not everything down toward the bottom, so it doesn't make it kind of heavy at the bottom. So I'm going to put that there. And then I have a little one here that says Go Team that I'm going to put up here on top, but I'm going to use it. It's a piece of chipboard, but I don't want it. I want it to be up a little higher than the one I put there. Okay. Now on the side over here, I was going to put some dots, and I have some, but when you get the dots, it's more of a you get some large size, and they're not all kind of not the same size. How they, that's not what I wanted. Anyway, they come in different sizes. So I wanted it to be more of a uniform type of a look. So I'm going to use this Stickles, and it says it's a plum color, but when it's on this orange, it actually looks like it's more close to enough to brown. The only thing is I have to watch myself, because I have this habit of putting my hand in them before they're dry and then messing the whole thing up. But then embellishing. I have to embellish it in a different way, and I'm trying not to have to do that today. Okay. So that just gives us some little something. And I think I'm going to put a little bit over here just to add a little bit of interest over here. And I think I'm going to put 1 or 2 here. There we go. So that's going to be my page. Simple, quick. It does not have a huge title. The Go Fight Win is the title that I'm using. And I'm going to let this dry before I touch it, hopefully. Get my daughter to do the journaling if she will. And put a date on these pictures, as this is their last year of football, the 10U football that they were on. And guys, don't compare yourself. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And I'll talk to everybody later. Bye, everybody.